Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Vinny from Infinite Insights. I'm giving you the next entry in our vast book series, The Omnivore'S Dilemma. So, guys, this book, pretty intensive book. I mean, it goes over everything that you can imagine in regards to what it means to be in regards to four like basic meals, but it really goes over um, really how we look at food today, right, and how it's sort of evolved over time. And I think probably one of the main things here is it really talks about the industrialization of food, right, and how it's impacted our culture, how it's impacted the type of decisions that we make when we shop, when we buy food, right, when we eat lunch, breakfast, dinner. So one of the like more capturing or captivating parts I noticed was, in the first, there's three parts to this book. So in the first part, they talk about corn. So they really go over. I never, ever, ever thought that corn was such an infused part of our life, like everywhere that we go. It's crazy. What's going on here? So corn is pretty much in almost every type of meal, everything that we consume today, guys, from the oils that are in your food to the things that you find on your nutrition facts that you can't pronounce. Those are things that are small elements or micro elements of corn that were pretty much processed and reprocessed time and time again. They said in this book, there was the old age-old experiment where in kindergarten they tell you, hey, chew your crackers and chew your crackers again and chew your crackers again, right? And one thing you notice is the crackers which were once salty, now you chewing the same thing, you find that it's actually pretty sweet, and that's because of the taste buds that you have in within your molars that create this sweet sensation. So it's pretty much a reflection of what the industrialization of the food that we eat does. Pretty much takes that core element of the kernel and it breaks it down and breaks it down again and breaks it down again into glucose and fructose, right? Dextrose and all of these things that they can now re-engineer, right? Once they broke it down to the molecular level, they can re-engineer it and put it into all these ridiculous combinations, right? So all of these combinations now become, the new type of ingredients that they put in our food, right? So that's kind of one of the things that I noticed, and he also talked about something really interesting here about the organic movement, how the organic movement was once something that was just a part of life, a part of the way of living, and nowadays it's such an industrial thing, right? We don't necessarily think of organic foods, right? For those of you who don't know what organic means, something that is not processed, something that is not processed with any sort of pesticides or fungicides or any sort of chemical ingredients. That's just processed with natural fertilizers and such, right? So what once was a natural thing, right? You imagine the farmer just kind of out in the land and tilling the soil and harvesting, right? The crops that were once something so natural now is something that's highly machined, right? Highly industrialized, and pretty much highly automated to a certain extent in which it doesn't necessarily seem natural anymore. But I guess if you were to ask me, all of you watching, if you were to ask me what's the difference between natural and organic, I'd say natural is, something that requires a human element to it, right? Still a human sensation, a human attention to it. Whereas organic just pretty much means the lack of, or not having any sort of chemical ingredients, which is in what's most food today, right? However, or preservatives or anything like that, right? But organics is really just something that now is just so highly machined because we found through technology a way in which we can make it a lot easier. So um, that's just another, another take. I definitely suggest this book. One thing I would suggest how you should approach this book is don't read it from front to back. I would suggest, just kind of look at it chapter by chapter or section by section. There's 3 parts in here. So I would definitely suggest kind of, looking at the chapters that kind of most captivate your attention. For example, I'd say, one chapter to read for sure is the processing plant, making complex foods. That's a really, really good chapter. Another one, big organic, really, really good chapter. So those are 2 of my takes, guys. I'll leave you with that. Omnivore's Dilemma. It's by Michael Pollan. A very good book. I'd probably give it a 3-star, 3 out of 5 maybe, like a 3.5 out of 5. But very good book if you want to learn a little bit more of the origins of the foods that we eat today. So this is Vinny Rodriguez, also known as 8-Figure Vision. Here giving you the next entry in our vast book series. I will check you guys in the next one. Peace.